So today I will be discussing about creating a Power Virtual Agent, the integration with SharePoint and using the Visual Studio, Copilot Studio. And my name is Adnan Amin, and just a second, the slide is not moving. Yeah, my name is Adnan Amin, and I having over 18 years of experience of working on Microsoft technologies, and I have been working on SharePoint since 2009. And have a dev background. I am a Microsoft MVP since 2015 and a Microsoft certified trainer since 2009. And I have I was part of a couple of projects in the Middle East region back in 2009 to 2013. And now I've been working with a couple of Fortune 500 companies. And let's start on the journey on the Copilot now. So what we will discuss today in this session, this is purely a walkthrough session. I will be showing you some demos. But before that, we will just take a quick look on the Power Automate. We are on the Power Platform, so everybody already have some idea on the Power Automate. And just a quick overview on the SharePoint Online. And most of the sessions today are on Copilots, and so we can say the Copilots are everywhere. And what are the Copilots in Microsoft 365 available? And then we will go to the Copilot Studio for creating our custom Copilot. So let's start by talking about the Power Automate. It's a cloud-based service that allows you to automate workflows between your favorite apps and services. And my favorite app services is SharePoint, where I written most of the Power Automate flows. With Power Automate, you can create flows that can automate repetitive tasks, integrate with other apps and services, and even you can build custom connectors. Some of the key features of Power Automate include automation, integration, and there are a rich set of pre-built templates available, which also help you to create as a starting point. And with the help of Power Automate Copilot, I will also show you that you can just say it in your natural language, and it will create the tasks and activities for you, and will do the maximum configuration which is possible, and that would be that make the life quite easier for making the flows. Now, if we talk about SharePoint, it's also an online. SharePoint Online is a cloud-based service that allows you to store, organize, and share information with others in a secure way. It's a very powerful tool and used for content management, documents management, collaboration, and content security. With SharePoint Online, you can create team sites for your teams, store files, and also you can work together on the documents in real time, which is very amazing feature, I would say. These features helps to increase the productivity, improve collaboration within the team, and also ensure that your data is secure and you can share it within in your organization and also with other outside the organizations. Now, if we talk about copilots, copilots are everywhere now, I would say. You can see on this diagram that copilots, these are the copilots available to Microsoft 365, operating in your operating system, and developer copilots like GitHub Copilot you might have heard about. Today, I will be discussing about the Copilot in the Power Platform area, which is the custom Copilot here. And we will also take a quick look on the Copilot available for Power Automate and some other, if there's anything which can come under discussion. So you can see everything, and as per my knowledge, there are around over 150 Copilots available so far. What is Copilot? It's a combination of large language model and data which is available to Microsoft Graph, and it just generate the information based on your requested queries and in a natural language with the help of generative AI. So you can In simple word, I would say copilots are just a type of chatbot, but the technical chatbot where you can ask them to write a code, they will write a code for you. You can ask them to write a document, they will create a document for you. You can ask them to write a slide deck, they will do it for you. And you can ask them to write a business process, they will create the business process. Or even in Power Apps, you can ask them for writing apps. So these all the stuff which a chatbot can do, but on the technical side, I would say. Now, these are the known copilots which are already available and largely in use for the in Microsoft 365 chat, Copilot in Team, Outlook, Word, PowerPoint, Excel, the M365 Copilot, Copilot in Microsoft Forms, SharePoint. These all are available. And now let's jump into our demo, and we will go to rest of the session. We will be on the Copilot Studio. So what is Copilot Studio? Let me share the screen. Yeah, it's already shared. So if you have worked on any of you have worked on the Power Virtual Agents in past, let me open the chat here also. If you in past, if you have seen the Power Virtual Agents, they had the similar interface, but they were Power Virtual Agent were using this interface. But now Copilot is much more than just a Power Virtual Agent. Uh, Power Virtual Agent is still part of it, but these are comes under the tasks entities for a Copilot. And what we will do today, we will create a Copilot, custom Copilot, and then we'll create the subset for those. Let me start it here, then we will be discussing more things. I will just name it as I am writing. Let's take a scenario of submitting to create a Copilot which can submit issue tickets. So Ticket Copilot. I just name it Ticket Copilot. So here I'm not setting up any site. So when these are used for the generative AI where you can share any SharePoint URL. So this Copilot can fetch information from that SharePoint site, or you can also add a public URL, and this and a public all the information from the public site can be shown on your Copilot, and user can access that. But we are not going with that option at this time. We will be going to more technical on the Copilot side for showing the integration with the data inside the SharePoint. I'm creating my Copilot here. And meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can place it on the chat. I will be looking to the chat also. Just take a few seconds. And here on the I already have created a SharePoint site for the global Power Platform here. And on the SharePoint site, what I will do, I'm going to the site content here. This is how a SharePoint site look like. It have documents can be stored in document libraries. I will create a list here, and I will use the default template for the list here and as the issue tracker list. This will be the template for the list. I'm not changing the name, using the same name. And here I can add the items to the list here. But what we will use Copilot. We will create a custom Copilot custom board, which will be submitting information to this list. So our Copilot is created here. It's showing some couple of information showing up here. And if we go to the topics here, this is the area which was part of Power PVA, Power Virtual Agents in past. And it already showing couple of topics in the list here. Even we can start chatting to him that, hello. So it will take me, it will check the topics here and will take me to the relevant topic here. And if I can select on this one, it will show me that which topic it went through and showing me the complete process here. Like these are the phases it created for the when someone say hey, hello, good afternoon. This is how it's created. Now, what we are not going to use existing topics. What we will do, we will create a custom topic which will integrate with the SharePoint. So now I can in past we are creating a topic manually. That what it will do, we were submitting, defining all the activities. But now here we also have a Copilot available for creating the topic. Let's play with it. It's showing on that how to create a topic. What you can write, what type of context you can write. So I'm a layman. I just write it as issue. Very good topic, and I will just say user to submit to help desk. Take issue title and issue description. Yeah. I'm not writing anything else. It's a simple text which I have written. I'm just asking him to write as create a topic based on this information. So what it will do, it will create two activities, a couple of activities, and where it will take the input from the user. You can see here. And one more thing which I want to tell here, that with the Copilot, the behavior could be changed, could be different when we generate the information here. It's not necessary that every time you will have the similar behavior from the same text, because it's a generative, use the generative AI, and behavior could be a little different at your end. So you can see that whenever these are the pages, when we submit it, it will ask user to submit the take the input from two inputs from the user and showing an ending message here. Let me check here. I'm just writing here. I have an issue. I submitted it as I have an issue, and see what it said. I'm sorry. Okay. It not. I do not get it. What I have written. I need to submit a ticket. Now it asking me to submit the title of the issue here. So I will name it here. Laptop. Now it will ask me for the description here, and you can see that how the flow is going on this side. So now this is the thing which we have technically the process is completed, which we generate with the help of Copilot. Copilot here. Now we need to add a Power Automate flow here, and which will submit and take the information from this topic and submit to the SharePoint. So what, and this will be the step here. I will click on this, and there are call and action. There are actions available. I will go to the call and action and ask to create a flow. Okay, you can see here it's showing me a flow created the starting and ending point for the flow. It taking input from the when Power Visual Agent calls this is a specific type which is available to the PVA Power Visual Agents from the Copilot Studio. Now I will click on it. I will add some inputs here. Text inputs would be fine, and name it as title, and I will name it as. And what I have done before this session, that I already created another demo, so that if something went wrong during the live demo, we have a solution available which we can walk through. So these are the two inputs I have created, and now I am creating an output parameter here that would also be string, and I can return something on this one. Okay, right now you can see that I have engaged Power Automate for submitting the details and fetching the information out, fetching the output. So this is the area where you can use any of your existing application. You can use SQL Server, you can use an CRM or any third-party component for fetching information. Even if you are using the and a ticketing solution, you can submit a ticket code and it will return the information. Even if it's a flight booking system, you can submit the from the Power Virtual Agent, you can submit that booking ID, and that Power Automate flow will go to the booking flight database and some fetch the information of the booking and can show it on the output. So now what I need to do, I need to add an action here. These are the actions, and if you haven't seen this, this is the new view of the Power Automate, which showing up these small, I would say, cards on the page. Earlier, we need to do the configuration within the cards, but now all the actions are available on the left side. And it also have a Copilot. So let me show you here. You can also see the Copilot is showing up here. And if I open the Power Virtual Agent, just giving a quick walkthrough on the Power Virtual Agent. This is the home for the Power Virtual Agent, and these are the some instructions. What type of Copilot flows you can create, and this is the Copilot area where you can just write anything, and it will create the activities based on your description. And and these are the built-in templates available, and they are so many templates. It's a long list which you can use, and these are very helpful to understand that what type of activities would be required. Like if you want to create a flow which executes when a specific hashtag submitted on Twitter, so you can create the similar flows on this one. Like this one, it will check on the tweet is submitted from an account or on a specific hashtag, and it will sending an email on basis of those. So I'm going back on the flow, and here I will go. I will ask to add an action here, and I know that I need to create a SharePoint item. I will write create item here, and this will show me all the related information. I have to create the SharePoint list item. So now it will ask me to create a connection here, and I need to provide the URL of my site. Its name is Global Power Platform Bootcamp. So I will write it here. Check if it's already showing me something. Okay, it's showing me the list in the site URL here. I will select it because I'm on the same tenant. Even if it's a different tenant, then I need to create the connection. I need to add the URL and authenticate to that list. Right now, I already have I'm the global admin, so I have the permissions here. Now it's fetching all the lists available on that site. There's only one list here, issue tracker. I have selected this one. Now here it's showing me all the available columns. I will say show all. Let me show you here. These are the configurations. And I have taken these inputs from the Copilot title and description. These are the information which I can self-populate with the help of Power Automate. Now I will go to this one and click on the dynamic values here, and you will see that these are the inputs which are coming from this ticket, this field. When a Power Virtual Agent flow calls the flow, and here this is a different one. Description, and for the rest of the values, I can populate some of the values. And there is no, and I can, if I need to assign to anyone, I can also assign it to the user here. any group, any help desk group, or any ticket. So I'm just populating all the information here for now. Or what I can do, I can add I can configure the assign to field here. I will go, instead of that, I will go to the edit value and will enter an email address for a user, and it will automatically fetch the username for the user based on the email. Okay, I have made these changes. I'm just closing it and saving the changes here. Now if you have noticed, I clicked on the create and flow option on that topic in Copilot Studio. It taking into this screen. Now, when I click back to the Copilot Studio here, you can at the top here, it showing me that save and refresh. I am saving it, and let's see. I haven't selected. I have created the flow, but haven't selected a topic flow here so far. Here, I might get a problem here. So I will go to the call in action. So, but here you can see the problem here that it's showing me a couple of different flows which I have created. So it's really hard to understand which one is that. But I know that this would be the last one because it's modified few seconds back. But to make sure, you can click on the details here, view details, and it will take you to the flow on Power Automate, and you can understand that which flow is this one, and you can name the flows accordingly. I have selected the flow here, and you can see it taking the inputs here, asking for the inputs, and also showing an output parameter here. So what I will do, I just clicked on this one, and it's showing me the input from the flow. Sorry, these are the variables for these fields. These are the two input parameters here. If I click on this one, this is a variable, issue description, and similarly for the issue title. You can see that it's a string type of variable. And we can also take in email in couple of different inputs. For example, for the email are validate accordingly, yeah, properly validated email format, but there's not too much validation available. So now I will set up the variables for the fields here. And here is my issue title here and the description. So I configured it, but I haven't set anything for the output. Now I go back to the flow. I can see a question there, but I will answer later on and after a few minutes. So here I come back here and I have created these two inputs. There's another parameter for the user here for the output. I created a parameter for the output. Here I can write something. Here is the or can access your kit. Here I can set a variable here. So whenever we submit an item, a list item in SharePoint, it will create a link to the item. So you can see here, these are the create items. It have more than 60 fields here. I will click on this. And these are different fields available, which I can fetch. I will select and go look for the link to the item. Or I can also search it. Link to the item field here. And we'll save the changes here. And one more thing, these are the on the flow. You can send emails. You can have business rules based on the ticket. Like you can also automate the that to which department this ticket should go. And these all are the business rules which you can apply on your flow. Now, where is my? Here we are. So I have submitted. Now I will click add a message here. Send a message. Okay. It's not moving down. Something wrong here. I was unable to drag it, and now I can write a message also here, or I can use adaptive card to summarize my message, whatever I want to use here. I will just add the parameter here, output parameter, which is coming up from the previous section here. Okay, now my changes are saved here. Let's test this flow here. I need to submit a ticket. So it will verify that you can see that it went to the this step, and now we are on the second step for the taking input for the user. Yeah. And these are the, remember, I haven't created these activities. These are generated using with the help of Copilot. Laptop not working. And now it asking me for the description. Whatever the information, I'm just adding some dummy information, and you can see that the information has a process. It's also a possibility that there could be we can get some error on the flow, some connectivity issues, or user do not have permissions properly. So there are a couple of things which need to figure out, but luckily it went smooth for me here. And we can see that it returned the value here. If I click on this link, it will take me to the SharePoint site where I have submitted that list item. And showing me the detail of that list item, which I have submitted here. Now, if I go to my SharePoint site here, you can see it's showing me the item, that information submitted to the SharePoint list. So this is you can say it's a data source where we are submitting the information. We can also, here with the Power Automate flow, you can not only submit, you can also fetch the information, you can update the informations. So you can create a proper help desk solution with the help of the flow by following these steps. And now we are good on this one. So we have time, and let's play with some more stuff on the Copilot here. Because last time I was giving this session on the Cairo Power Platform, where we discussed about the generative AI stuff on the custom Copilot Studio, but I haven't got chance to walk through on that Power Virtual Agents. So there's one question regarding the licenses to use Copilot Studio. So there are licenses available for the Copilot Studio, and I believe it's a per message license. It requires around $200 for 20,000 messages, I believe. And but if you even if you like hello, that will be counted as one message. So it says costly solution, but if you are going for the alternate solution, and those are also not free, so you can save your cost, and you can also optimize your business processes on this one. And if you want to do some learning on Copilot Studio, on Power Platform, I would highly, even I think the most of the sessions which you are taking today, you can practice them for free by creating a demo, by creating a developer tenant through developer.microsoft.com. Go there, create a demo tenant for you, and you can start playing it. The tenant which I'm using here is also a demo tenant, which I created from the developer.microsoft.com, and I have been using it for past some time for all my online demos on the community platform. So here I have created this site for the Power Platform. Here we have some documents here. Let me pull some documents. So here are some of the documents. So now you can see these are some documents here. And these are all the documents which I have generated with the help of M365 Copilot. And if I show you any of these documents here, and these haven't taken any time, you can create, and I haven't given any source, so it generated based on the available content the Copilots have through the internet. So it have generated all these documents for me. Sorry. So the screen got unshared, and you can see all the documents showing up here. Now, what we need to do, I will go back to my Copilot here, and Copilots. You can see there are a couple of Copilots which I have created. So I will. This is the one which we have created today. I will go to this one, and we'll look for where is generative AI. Microsoft is changing the screen, and you might have a different view on your Copilot Studio here. So I will go to the settings here, and we'll check for the generative AI. I can see here. Oh, okay. It's not giving me the permissions at this time, and to add a URL here. This is something on my this specific tenant, but this is not available on the new demo tenants which I have seen so far. But you can also get this behavior. So how to get rid of this one? I need to create a new Copilot and need to provide the URL when we are creating the Copilot. So I will go back again to the Copilots here. I will say community Copilot. And here I need to give some URL here. So I can write the URL of my personal blog. So you will see my personal blog have nothing to do with the Microsoft, and normally you have seen that on Google, the search index takes some time. Oh, I am not sure that, because in one of my previous demo, we did created a demo tenant, but I'm not, maybe it got closed, because this one, the tenant which I'm showing you, is also created using with the help of the demo tenant. Developer tenant, and it's a 3-month tenant, and it also automatically extend after every 3 months, because I'm using it, so I do not have to worry about that if it get lost. So I have created the tenant here. If I go to the settings here on AI integration tool, generative AI here, you can see the URL is listed here. I can add more URLs, and I can add up to 5 SharePoint URLs here. So let me check that if it works here. I can type in here as How to? I'm just writing something which I know that I blogged about. I have submitted a question here. How to get OneDrive? So it was unable to fetch for now. Let me resubmit it. Mhm. I'm just putting some questions here. So it unable to understand it what it's not fetching the information from the board now. Now if I click on this one, let me refresh it. Let me go to the Copilot again and check it again. So I'm just directly checking on the Copilot here. Let's see. So something is it's not pulling the information right now. It should pull the information. Let me check here on the generative AI. So it's properly set up here. So now we can look on this example on an existing Copilot. But now I will do one more thing, that I will go to my SharePoint site, which I have created. I will add the URL here. Let's see if it's working for my content available on my tenant. So when I submit this URL, you can see difference here. For the public URL, it mentioned it's a public website. And for the SharePoint site, which is on the existing tenant, it mentioned that it's from the SharePoint and OneDrive. I can also upload some documents here on this area. Just drag and drop, or you can click on the link here. Let me check here. Now, what type of documents I have uploaded here? Coding best practice. Let me check. What are coding best practices? Seems that Copilot is angry with me today. It's not facing me. Can you tell me about? I have sent another question. Let's see if it answers something. So something went wrong on this Copilot. It's not fetching information. Maybe something at the backend. That could also be a possibility on the live demo. So let's jump into an existing Copilot to review. These are the different Copilots which are created here. I will go to the HR Copilot here. And if I go to the settings of the HR Copilot, you can see here I have there are two sites which I have listed. One is a public site and the other is the SharePoint site. Let's see if it's showing, and there's no other configuration which I have done here. Yeah. Same question which I asked earlier. Let's see if it generates something here. Just taking a little time, and now it generated the information here. You can see here. This is all the information which is available on that blog post, and it also given me the link. This is the link of the reference from where it fetched the information, and also see here the URL of the site from where it fetched the information. Normally, it do not take time. Because I have shown this Copilot in one of my previous demos, so it run on the fly. But something might be getting wrong, and that's why it's taking time. Actually, the Copilot is already saved. Oh, that I miss. I think the saving of the Copilot here. You are right, but it would save because the public site was already there, so it should have generated those informations. So I think the issue is something else here, because the public information which I have created is submitted at the time of saving the information. Now, but when we are doing, let me submit one more public site here and see. Microsoft.com. And the point Osama mentioned is that whenever we add something here, we need to save it. I haven't saved for when I added the SharePoint site in my Copilot, which we have created, but this site was already part of that Copilot, so it should be fetching the information from that one. Now I will save it. I have added Microsoft.com. It will take some time to generate it. And now let's see that if it's working here. Is the latest micro surface device. I have asked what is the latest Microsoft Surface device. So it's showing me the information what is the latest Surface device available. If I click on this link, it will take me to the that specific URL. So something might not be working on my Copilot, but this is how it will work. And for the SharePoint sites, when you do working on the SharePoint sites, you need to be careful about a couple of things, that you can only fetch the information where you have access. And when you let's deploy on one of these copilots, and we'll show you that how the copilots work. That you need to deploy, you need to authorize the copilot here, and this copilot was already authorized on the I would say to the app, and so that when we publish it, and the information can be fetched from different sources. Like the copilot also needs some permissions on the tenant to fetch the information from a SharePoint site. So we have given the we need to authorize the copilot, and also user who is requesting for the information. It also checks that if user have the permission of that specific content, the user can see in the details where they have access. So for that, if I go back to the copilots, like I will go with the, I will show you for our demo, which we created earlier for the ticket Copilot. We do not need to configure the security for this one, because we have created connections with the help of Power Automate. So if we need to publish this one, I will go here and publish it. Publish. Let me check if. And after publishing, I can test it here also, or I can also deploy it on Microsoft Teams. Check here. I have opened the Microsoft Team here, Team app here, and let's see if we are going to deploy it on the Teams here, on Teams. So you can see it open on my Teams here. I will add it to the team here. This is the one which we have created for the for ticketing system. So I can ask him. I have so you can see that it will start asking me for the title here. You can see the same process will start from here, and it will submit the information to the SharePoint list, and can also fetch the information from SharePoint list. And let me show you for the an existing. Let me check. We have this HR Copilot also submitted here on the SharePoint list, which fetching information from the SharePoint and also from the public website. But I just want to show you quickly on the if I go back to this HR Copilot. So this is a SharePoint site. So this is a SharePoint site. And for fetching, when you publish it, you need to authorize the Copilot for fetching the information. And for authorizing, what you need to do, you need to go to this security here. This is under settings. Click on security. And click on authentication. By default, when you open the Copilot, this option is selected. This is the default setting of whenever you create a Copilot. So, but for accessing the information from a SharePoint site, you need to create a manual token and have to provide the secret ID, client secret ID, and tenant information on the Copilot here. You need to create an authorization app on the Azure. So for that, what you need to do, you need to go to the portal, Azure, and there you need to register the application. Let me show you from the existing application and guide you that what permission would be required on that one. App registrations. I have one. There are two apps created here. I will go one of those, and I have created API permissions or this is a different one, I believe. No, it's not. I do not have that app here. But you need to provide the read all sites, read all files permissions to this one, and have to submit the redirect URL here on the authentication. Need to add the URL, add a platform here and for the web, and you need to provide the URL here. This URL, that URL from the Teams. Let me show you here. You can see this URL here, redirect URL. you need to copy this URL and paste on your team. Sorry. At this point. So this will authenticate the content on that specific site and redirect the token to that Copilot. So let me know if you have questions on this topic today. We are good to go on those. And we discuss about the licenses and about the developer program. And let me show you also that for the developer program, let's a quick preview on that also. And if you go to, you need to sign in on this one and Microsoft 365. In the program. Join the developer program here. I believe you can create a tenant here. Okay, because I am already on using the admin credentials, just try this one, that it might be helpful for you. And so we have taken the review of the Copilot today and that how we can connect with the SharePoint and do the integration on that side. And also taking a quick review on SharePoint and the Power Automate. So you can reach out to me on Twitter and I blog at mstechtalk.com, and so you can reach out to me here, and you can also reach out to me on LinkedIn. And I'm waiting if you have any queries, any questions.